There's really a handful of things that you need to allocate your budget to, and if you don't have really the specific budget range for all these different specific reasons, then it's going to hurt you down the road as a beginner dropshipper. I come out with videos every Monday about step-by-step how to get into Shopify dropshipping, especially in 2021 and on. Branding is the only way you can be successful with it. So I break that down in all of my videos, and a lot of YouTubers out there simply do not do that. So make sure you guys hit that like button, subscribe down below, and let's get straight into the video. What is up, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. So today we're going to be talking about budgeting and if you can start dropshipping with $100 or just on a low budget. Now, in this video, this is mainly for new dropshippers. I want to start off by saying that $100 simply in dropshipping is not going to cut it. And if you have a job or if you're still in school, I highly suggest that you keep that job, stay in school. And the reason is because when you get into this, you need to have cash flow. And if you don't have cash flow when you get into dropshipping, you're just not going to be able to keep up with the amount of sales that you get, the orders, and the Facebook ads or whatever ad platform that you're on. So ideally, what you want to start out with is anywhere from $500 to $1,000. So for some of you guys, that's probably a lot. However, if you start out with just $100, you're just going to be biting yourself in the butt in the long run, because you're not going to have money to invest for the ads, for your ad copies, the creatives, just all that type of stuff. Now, some people do say that you can use $100 and just simply have it for influencers. However, you need to understand that having a low budget like this doesn't give room for error or margin of error, or for you to mess up, right? So if you spend $100 on a influencer, or even $50 on an influencer, and it just tanks, well, you're only left with $50, right? So ideally, what you guys want to do when you get into dropshipping, yes, influencer marketing is good. However, even in the beginning, if you're doing that type of marketing, you need to have I recommend that you have a couple $100 or even $1,000. And the reason why I try to emphasize this so much on my channel is because branding is very important. And in order to create a brand, even starting out, you need to have a good starting point. The way you do this is by investing money in the beginning. So what I specifically like to do, especially with new products that I'm working on, I'll create a store. I'll have a very good looking store, and then from there I'll find a product that not many people are selling, and then after that I'll invest some money into the creative or into testing. Now, if you guys absolutely have to only use $100, you really need to invest a lot of time into finding the best influencer for your product. Obviously, you want to find one that's related to the product niche, someone that has engagement on their posts, active followers, stuff like that. So really, when you have a low amount of money to start with, you have less errors or mistakes that you can make in the beginning. And obviously, no matter what, you're going to be making mistakes. However, the more money that you have starting out, it's better, and that goes for any business that you get into, right? So what I like doing specifically, like I would take $500 to $1,000, use that mainly for testing. Like I'll have 3 banger creatives, especially focusing on the first 3 seconds of the ad, and then after that I'll test those vigorously. Like I'll have different ad sets, and you can do this regardless of what platform you sell on, whether that's Facebook, Google, TikTok, Snapchat ads. You just want to test what creative works, because that's what's going to be giving you all your sales, right? Like it doesn't, of course, having a good store is good. Of course, having a decent looking product is good. However, if you have a good creative or a good marketing angle, and you invest a lot of time into that, you're going to be able to sell the product. And that goes back to all this branding stuff that I talk about in my previous videos and up to now. And then obviously, when you find a creative that works or that has a higher profit margin or sells more or sells your product more than the other creatives, then of course you can cut off all these other creatives. That way you're not wasting more money, and then invest more money into that main creative, and then branch out and create other ads just like that. Now, let's say you have anywhere from $700 to $1,000 plus. What I highly recommend that you guys do, especially when you find a product that is selling or you see that has potential, I would get custom ads done. And the way you do this is by contacting somebody on Fiverr, on Upwork, somebody that you can send the actual product to, and they'll have a studio for you, or they'll do custom product ad demonstration videos. That way you can have the best brand connection for your product near the beginning of you running the ads for it, near the beginning of you starting the brand. And of course, when you're on Facebook or Instagram, you see all these different dropshipping products that people are selling, and everyone seems to be selling them, right? But you need to understand that these are video clips that everyone else is using, and it really does, if you try to do the same thing, well, you're not going to be really distinguishing yourself from everyone else in the group. So it's just like, why would people buy your product? That's when branding comes into play. So that's why I highly recommend that you guys get custom ads done for your videos, or you don't even have to do that. You don't have to send the product to anyone. You can send it to yourself and then film the videos yourself, and then that way you're saving even more money and you can use more of that budget towards testing. But really, guys, I didn't want to make this video too long or try to draw it out, mainly because this is the facts. This is the reality of it. Like, a lot of people think they can just jump into this with a couple $100, $50, and then make some money. Especially nowadays, things are getting a little bit more expensive and more competitive. So it is better that you have a higher budget to start. So a couple $100 really is not going to cut it. So I highly recommend, if you have a job or some sort of cash flow, to stick with that, save some money up, and then invest it over time, whether that's on the website, the ads, on testing specifically. But you definitely need to have capital starting up and then cash flow. And then another thing that I wanted to discuss is, if you're having problems with cash flow or just bringing in money in the beginning or scaling, I highly recommend that you guys get credit cards. And the reason why this is such a good idea is because not only are you building your credit, you can also scale your business faster. So you can pay off whatever type of fees that you need to pay for, like inventory, ads, all up front, without waiting for those Shopify payouts to be given to you. The only thing that I do recommend, that if you're going to be getting credit cards, just be very careful on your spending, because you can wind up overspending and not make any profit at all. And that's happened to me a handful of times. So you really have to watch out for what you're spending on the credit card. And like I mentioned before, make sure you're keeping your jobs and you have some sort of outside income coming in. That way, if you need to, you can pay off your credit card over time, and then you just don't build up a whole bunch of debt. Some of the cards that I do recommend is the Amex Gold card. That one specifically does not have a limit on it, so you can scale it with your business and it'll adjust accordingly. And then on top of that, they have amazing 24-hour customer service. And then another card that I recently got is the Chase Freedom Inc. card, and that one as well, it does have a limit on it. However, it's good for building credit, and then also you can scale pretty easily with it as well, I believe. Other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed this video and got some value out of it. I didn't want to make this too long, only because I wanted to get straight to the points and make this a raw video and explain what type of money you should have coming into this business, and what types of strategies and mindset you should have when you're jumping into dropshipping. Make sure you guys like down below, subscribe, and let me know what you guys want to see next. I come out with videos every Monday, so I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.